Welcome everyone. It's about 6:03 on Thursday, January 22nd. I'm going to call the regular select board meeting to order. First thing is to adjust agenda. Does anybody have
remove item number 2 and move the other items up accordingly, and that one will move to the February 5th meeting.
We're removing item 2. Love it when we can remove an item. Anything else? Could I have a motion to approve the amended agenda, removing item 2?
So moved.
I think Danny said second on mute.
You're muted, Danny.
Yeah, second. Okay. So all in favor?
Oh, I forgot I got to participate.
Yeah. So you seconded that, right? The agenda?
Yeah.
Removing item 2. Okay, so all in favor of approving the amended agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that's everybody. So we're gonna roll with that. Next thing is communication from the audience. Anybody here to discuss anything that we're not gonna discuss later on our agenda? Yeah. Jan, can you state your name and? Nope.
I would like to defer.
With me, it might be a bad time, but I'm kind of interested in putting in a little, right behind the...
Could you state your name for us?
Isaac Whitehouse.
Thank you.
And if you heard of me, I'm the one who fell on that hill.
Okay.
What I'm been wondering is, the hill behind the field where the little hills are?
What?
Atkinfield.
Atkinfield?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
Atkins Field?
The single track, I think he's talking about.
Yeah, the little single track area,
Yeah,
the little hill swell.
Oh, yeah, like pump track.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking of turning that into not exactly a tiny skate park, but putting concrete in that area so it's a little more useful for skaters and stuff, and maybe put the little half pipe in between it over time.
So,
I have no idea. First time I'm
great. Yeah, so I think love the enthusiasm for that stuff. But I think so the Center for Agricultural Economy owns that land, so you should connect with them about that. And I would also suggest, if you haven't, connecting with was it the Hardwick Skate Collective?
The Civic Standard.
The Civic Standard has a skate park collective, which might have other people who'd be interested in joining you. Danny, do you have your hand up, or are you just stretching? Okay. All right. So I'd say best of luck, but so reach out to Center for Agricultural Economy because they're the landowners, and the Civic Standard because they also have skaters. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Next, any other communication? Jan, do you still want to communicate, or you're done?
Yes, I do.
All right, can you say your name?
My name's Jan Mueller, and I'd like to comment on the discussion about the equity committee that happened at the previous select board meeting. It's going to take about 4 minutes. Okay, and I have to be at another meeting after this, so I'm sorry if I leave shortly after. I don't want to rehash the discussion that you all had. I was not here, but I watched the videotape. And I don't need a response this evening. But I'm here as a citizen, a Hardwick resident, but also an individual member of the equity committee. The committee as a whole is going to be following with this select board. I'm not representing them tonight. So let me provide a little context to my remarks, and then my main point is really quite simple and will be brief. Now, I don't attend many select board meetings, but I'm familiar with the way the select board works, and I've had lots of individual reactions with each of you. Danny, a little less so, but we know each other. Like you all, I've been acutely concerned about the strain that many residents of this town have to afford to live here. I've talked with dozens of people over the last few years. I've heard lots and lots of stories. I I've studied the budget. I've attended previous meetings trying to better understand how we as a town might have a broader and deeper conversation about the budget and make hard, ultimately wiser and sounder financial decisions. I've also followed the challenges of the school board. I want to be clear, my main concern is not the amount of funding for the equity committee in the fiscal year 27 budget. That is a relevant but separate issue. My main concern is how the matter was handled. So just a little bit more background. I've been on the equity committee for a little more than 2 years. I joined the committee to serve our town regarding an issue that I believe is fundamental to who we are as a community and as a country, including local government. I did not and do not have a particular agenda. Over those 2+ years, I and the rest of the equity committee have devoted a great deal of time, energy, and careful thought to re-examine how we fulfill what we understood to be our charge. A charge that's been established in multiple ways, including a town resolution, a proclamation by our governor, and Hardwick's participation in peer networks of Vermont towns coordinated by the state of Vermont and the Vermont League of Cities and Towns. A key outcome of those efforts has been the Hardwick Equity Project, which has been developed and conducted in cooperation with many local leaders and organizations, including town staff. Note all but one of these organizations has received funding from the town. Whether there could be better communication with the select board is something we're more than glad to discuss in a cooperative manner. That communication is a shared responsibility, especially given that we are not some outside entity. We are a creation and an extension of the select board. So my main point is that the equity committee has been working very hard and in good faith to fulfill its purpose. If the select board has questions or concerns, let's discuss them in good faith. But that's not what happened. A member of the select board with an agenda and an ideological axe to grind with little warning, communication, or real interest in understanding what the committee has been doing chose the end of the last meeting before finalizing proposed budget to initiate this discussion. Not only was the time and topic most inappropriate, it took up more than 30 minutes of scarce time that should have been prioritized on much larger potential savings. In short, rather than act in good faith, a select board member cast aspersions on the equity committee and its work. Very few questions, a lot of judgments. It was disrespectful, it was hostile, and downright unneighborly. I was particularly insulted at the smug characterization of the committee's work as performative. Meanwhile, to dispense with the issue, the board as a whole acted to reduce the budget amount in a manner that I found to be hurried and callous. Leaving the amount as it was with pending better understanding would have been more appropriate, but that's also not what happened. Now, some of you will conclude your tenure on the select board very soon. My comments do not diminish my appreciation for your long and dedicated service. However, whoever is elected, I hope we can instill respect for other people who volunteer to serve the town, and an appreciation for not just the what, but also how the select board communicates, deliberates, and reaches decisions. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jan. And thank you for being, you were close, 5 minutes. Good work.
Dramatic pauses.
All right, any other communication from the audience? I'm gonna move us along. Next is,
Bruce had his hand
oh,
up.
sorry.
Sorry, it was
Say your
last
name,
minute.
please.
Bruce Laro. Curious if there is a special election, how that's going to end up working out. Do we have to sign a separate petition?
Special election for what?
I'm forgetting her name. Sorry. Yeah, if Callie steps up for your position after you step down, if you step down, is there going to be a special election at that point, or how would that work?
For chair,
So
is
there,
that what
There is, the question is about how the select board is elected and constituted.
Yes.
So the every year, there are 3 open seats on the select board. They're elected at town meeting.
Okay.
And the first meeting of the select board after town meeting, the select board chooses a chair and vice chair.
I see. That's what I was trying to figure out. Thank you.
Okay, sure. No problem. All right, I'm gonna move us along. Next is just to approve minutes from, we have 2 sets, actually, January 8th and January 16th. We had a special meeting. Comments or motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Danny, what do you think about the minutes? Do you want to second the motion to approve the minutes, Danny?
Yes.
Lovely.
I can't hear anybody, so.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if the internet connection or what the deal is, but.
Okay. Well, we're on approved minutes and approved minutes as written. Tim made the motion, you're seconding. Any discussion on the minutes? All in favor of approving the minutes as written, please say aye. Aye. Then that's both sets, the last regular meeting and the special meeting. All right, next up, town manager report.
All right. So first of all, I'd like to publicly thank Casey Rowell, our finance director, for putting together the town report. She works hard every year to do this. It takes a lot of time to make sure that it's all organized and there's no mistakes and everything's where it needs to be. So I'd like to thank her for that.
And she has to nag some people to get their work in.
And she has to nag a lot of people to get their work in. So thank you, Casey. I appreciate that. The town appreciates it. We had our first public meeting unveiling our essential services project last night. Danny, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. That went well. We had about 25 people, I would say, and it was about a little over an hour meeting. There'll be more to come. The meeting and the presentation was recorded. It'll be available, like our meetings are available, and we'll post it to our website along with the presentation. If anybody has any questions about the project, please feel free to come to the office or send me an email or a phone call. We concluded the series of CHIP webinars, very informative. I sent the webinars to the select board, so if you guys could view those, that would be great. I think that's something we can leverage here in Hardwick. Study up on that. And for some of the people that are running for select board, maybe get caught up on CHIP, Community Housing Improvement Program. The PED Bridge is continuing with project coordination. They proposed a schedule to start in early March. We still have to get Comcast to move the wire across the river that goes to the diner. They're working on it. It should be removed by the 28th of January. We got a FEMA offer today for the wastewater plant of $3 million. So we're...
Oh, for the wastewater.
Yeah, for the wastewater plant.
Sorry, my mind was on fire.
So we finally got that offer. We're not happy with it.
No.
They shortchanged Johnson as well and Ludlow. So we had a meeting today with our state consultants and we're pushing back. So more to come on that. I think that's all I have for now.
Any word from them about the fire department?
Nope, that's still behind the wastewater plant.
Okay.
Yep.
Any other questions for Opie? No? Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Next up, we have Mike Henry here to tell us about the police department.
So we have Ariana has started, she's been working her field training. She'll be starting the level 3 training February 2nd, which is coming up faster than we thought it would.
Yeah.
And other than that, so that personnel will be doing pretty good. She'll be at the academy for 17, 18 weeks. And then come out, do field training, again, continue field training. and hopefully by August she'll be up and running. So that's the plan. With the good snow, we've started the VAS patrol snow machines. We've been out there quite a bit, for about 40 hours. Mainly George is heading that up. It's pretty much the only thing George is going to be doing for us from this point on. But that's going pretty good, and everybody on the trail seems to be respectful and avoiding law violations.
Great.
Other than that, everything else is pretty good.
Thank you. Questions for Mike?
Did you say you're doing field training?
Sorry, can you?
Miranda Brown. Did you say you're doing field training right now?
Yes.
And it's almost complete, or you just started?
So what we do with new officers, we put them through level 2 training.
Okay.
They go through the academy, then we put them, they have field training they have to go through, and pretty much by the time they get done with that field training, then they go to the level 3 training, and then they come back out, more field training. So it takes pretty much a year to get somebody up and trained.
So actually, by the time you hire somebody, train them, it takes a full year to
Yes.
onboard?
If it's a brand new person,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. Great. Next, we have Scott Johnstone here from Hardwick Electric Department to give us an update on what's going on across the street.
Yeah, great to see you all again. It's been a while, but glad to be back. So a couple promotions I wanted to make sure everyone's aware of. We've the first time in quite a while we have a working foreman. Ryan Hall got promoted to working foreman on the electric crew. It's great news. We also promoted one of our apprentice linemen from third class to third class. Cole Rue got promoted, so that was a great and well-deserved bump as well. And hopefully, I think you all know, at the end of last year, Beth Essery, our longtime controller, retired. So I'm hoping by next week we'll have an announcement on that. I think we're very close, and really qualified person that knows the area very well. So that's all I'll say at this moment. But I haven't closed the deal yet. So we're close on getting that position full. So that would be great. Wanted to update you, since we were talking about FEMA. We're getting close on the Wolcott Dam repairs with FEMA. It took about a year to get engineers to tell us what it would cost to actually repair the penstocks that floated in 2023. That work is done. It cost 2023.
2024.
2024. So the cost will be about $6.5 million, 6.5, 6.7. So far, FEMA has not pushed back on our numbers. They've actually said they think they're quite realistic and real. It doesn't mean they'll offer us the whole thing to the town manager's report. But if they did, because this is a 90-10 project, we would, if they offered us the whole piece, and then the 10 was split half and half between the local and the state, that'd be turned a $6.5 million project into $300,000 locally, which for a 40-year life penstock on a hydro plant would create the most economic power on our system. So that could be a really good outcome. We've got a long way to go. No promises, but really good progress on that front. Also wanted to hit, been a lot in the press and other places about the idea of merger. So I just wanted to hit that straight up. The Electric Commission was interested and approached Morrisville about the idea of merger. And that word means a lot of things, and that's really what I want to make sure that the select board is aware of. Merger can mean what you read about in books and hear about in high finance, a full coming together in all ways, and one disappears, and there's only one left. But it really is a continuum, everything from sharing a manager like we are right now, to sharing electric crews in some operational sense, or finance teams, all the way up through the idea of a total coming together. So the Electric Commission and the trustees in Morrisville are going to begin an open and public discussion about all of those options and gauge from each other if anything at this moment in history makes sense. Neither side is 100% sure. What everyone on all sides is sure of is we have an obligation to see if we can increase efficiency, improve the value proposition for our customers, and be better positioned to meet the ever-increasing regulatory and policy environment in Vermont for electricity. Will we be strong enough apart by 2035 to still do the job? And can we get some efficiency along the way? If the answer to those are yes, we ought to seriously consider it. If the answer is not, there's other options to consider with other people, but first we're going to explore that together. So just wanted to at least create clarity about what's on the table, because it's a much wider range than sound bites. And then the last thing I wanted to just bring up is, you probably have heard, well, whether we've had a lot of managers here, Village of Hyde Park has created $3 million of operating debt in their electric utility. There have been some of these things in other places. So the legislature has started a little bit of an internal investigation into whether municipal electric makes sense at all. I was one of 4 people to testify on behalf of Hardwick and Morrisville and Hyde Park. And my message to them, which is what I'll say to you about this, is that there's nothing foundationally or fundamentally wrong with the model. The munis, anyone that's served by a municipal utility in Vermont pays less than 90% of all the customers in the state of Vermont. So we cost the least, and from a reliability perspective, our outages are fewer and they last a shorter time. I know that doesn't feel good when you're in the middle of an outage, but there's a lot of places in the state that wait a week to get their power back up. And that's not the case with the munis. So we have a great value proposition, and that just is proof that the model is sound and works and is something to be proud of and to bring forward into the future to serve our communities. And yes, there have been some real bumps in the road with, issues with bad governance or bad management at some places that create an issue that has to get fixed, like is happening in Hyde Park today. We'll fix it, we'll get it right, and we'll go on with the model. So there's nothing weak about the model. You're well served, you've got a good utility, and we'll keep it rolling. I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any. I know there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. Do we have questions? Danny, you have any questions? Okay. Appreciate you coming, Scott.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Next time.
All right. Next up, item 1, select board to approve a certification of approval for all metals recycling to be a salvage yard, which it is, right?
Yes, we are.
It's
Sorry,
really,
you-
it's just the renewal.
Yeah, it's just the
really,
renewal.
5-year renewal,
Yeah.
yeah.
We did this for the other salvage yard for a period of 5 years.
Yeah.
Same form.
Yeah. Great.
Pretty cut and dry. They're a good business.
Yeah.
They employ a lot of people.
Yeah.
They're a good partner to the community.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve a certification of approval for all metals recycling to be a salvage yard.
Second.
All right. Does anybody want to say anything from the back row there?
Yeah, I just want to.
Yeah, stand up and state your name,
It's
sir.
Robin Towns, I'm one of the owners of
Yeah.
All Metals. I'm here with my niece, Rachel, who just recently became an owner. Her dad is retired. And we're just here to say, we've been here a long time, and it's been a good arrangement. And we like to think we're a good community partner, and we appreciate the town of Hardwick and everything you folks have done for us. And we have no plans of going anywhere. So,
Excellent.
Great, thanks.
Thanks much. All right, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor of approving this renewal for all metals, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Danny gives thumbs up. Aye, good. So that's everyone, so motion carries. There are a lot of lines. So yeah, we probably ought to. Great. Next up is the select board to receive the proposed bylaw updates from the planning commission and set a public hearing date. We had a lot of information in our packet about this. I see that Kristen Leahy is here. Are you gonna?
Yeah, I wasn't going to run through them tonight. I mean,
You-
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
So we just want to set a public hearing date for that.
Great.
Yep.
And, okay. I have a couple questions, but I will hold them to the public hearing. It's fine. Do we have a proposed public hearing date?
The 19th of March.
The 19th of, oh, okay. It's not even on our,
Nope.
we could jump forward on that. 19th of March, I'm assuming that works for you.
It's our second meeting.
And we would do it, what, a half hour before?
Yep.
So 5:30?
Is half an hour enough, Kristen? We'll say.
So
It took an hour and a half last time.
it did?
When the Hardwick, when the Public Planning Commission held theirs, it was an hour and a half.
But the planning commission had public that attended.
For the same thing, right?
You would have public.
You think we're gonna have public?
Yes.
Most of the time, we don't have, I mean, this is like a
I sent
phenomenal
letters to
crowd.
everyone who lives in Patchett.
Let's,
Okay,
let's do 4 o'clock, or 5 o'clock, sorry, 5 o'clock.
okay, 5 o'clock.
Shoot
I
for an
think
hour.
that's a safer bet.
Okay. So 5 o'clock, March 19th.
Yep.
Public hearing for the bylaw updates that the planning commission has sent. Yeah?
I might be late, but so it goes.
Yep. So, do you want to move that, we set that date?
So moved.
Danny, do you want to second that date?
You're muted, Danny.
Danny, do you want to second sorry, where do you, so setting the date for, the date? Okay. We're setting the date for the public hearing for March 19th. All right. All in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Great. Thank you. Motion carries.
If you have a question, or I can answer questions, I just didn't.
Let me, I took a note because I knew I was not gonna remember.
Okay.
So bear with me. I had to end, hang on. Sorry.
Is it just Eric that you can't hear?
No. Anybody in the audience, nobody in the audience, and if there's more than one person speaking, it must jump from one voice to another. Or
Oh.
something. No, it's terrible. It's been terrible. It ain't getting no better.
Okay, so I just said,
I mean,
oh, go ahead.
it may be my internet connection. It'd be interesting to know if other people that participated online before have had the same problem, because I've had it right along.
I think
Anyway, go ahead.
it's a common occurrence, and I think that the height of this ceiling has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, well, honestly, we shouldn't be holding meetings and we shouldn't be relying on it. It's not worthy, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion? Because people aren't hearing everything, so it's not right. Should either be right or not happening. But
When you play back the recording from each meeting, you can hear it.
It's better.
But it's the problem during the meeting, they're not hearing.
It's on our Zoom.
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna hold my questions and I'll email them to you or I'll check in with you or something like that. How's that?
I have one question on that, Miranda Brown. Do you have, so, the select board, you've received this proposal? for
Yep.
bylaw? Is it on the website so you can download it and
Yep.
the public can see it?
Yep. It's about 118 pages long, but
Great reading material.
it's great reading, but the nice thing is you can, if you knew roughly what it was before, all the changes are highlighted, so it makes easy to scroll through.
And I'd be happy to send it to you individually.
Okay, thank you.
I'm lost. We just set the date.
Number 4.
Got it, thank you. Number 4. Finance Director Casey Rowell to give us the fiscal year 26 Q2 budget update and tell us where we landed at the end of December.
Okay, so total expenses are just about 53%. We would expect them to be about 50%. We have rescue hasn't requested their funds yet. Highway is going through their salt budget rapidly. We're probably 65% through it right now. Appropriations are paid as people request them. Line items are about 10% over budget, mostly because a lot of our debt payments have already been paid, so they're paid in full for the year, other than a couple of small interest payments. With being at 52.98, sorry, I didn't realize.
I just wanted to
Okay.
clear that so people could see it.
So it's not a concern, 53%. We're right there where we should be. And then of course, if we backed out the flood expenses, we would be at 48.
So we're
So-
right close to 50%.
Yeah, right where we should be.
Halfway through the year. Great.
And then revenues, so same sort of thing. So again, tax revenues, the way our system works, the actual amount is a billed amount, not a collected amount. So if we assume we've collected 50%, we would be at 55% overall. And so, let's see, we're slightly ahead 5%, and we have basically FEMA grant revenue that's driving that. Police revenue is a little over budget, just because we've had more consistent SIU revenue, which is the Special Investigations Unit, grant revenue and ticket revenue. We also have a municipal planning grant. Interest income is over, but keep in mind, at the end of the year, we allocate that out to various funds. Oh, sorry. And then we have the Budget Adjustment Act that we got as well. We received 20,000. So yeah, 55%, or should be at 50. We're right on track, really. Nothing to be concerned about. Any questions about that?
No, I think it's good. Good that we're on track. And good to have the update. So thank you. You're good?
Yeah.
Danny, you're good with that budget update? Good. Next is item 5, select board to approve the annual mileage certificate for our highway aid. And do we have that?
Should be in the packet. The very end.
So the only update is the .03 miles we took off of the Town Highway 316 on the west side of North Main Street.
Right. Great. That was gonna be my question. Did that make it in there?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Sign the bottom.
let's, do you want to make a motion to approve
So moved.
the highway certificate? Danny, you want to second that? Yeah, he does.
Second.
Yeah. Okay. So, any other discussion or questions? All in favor of approving the? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, aye. So good, motion carries.
Aye.
Aye. We
You
got,
guys can hear me, no problem.
yeah, we can. It's terrible that you can't hear us, but yes, we can hear you. All right, next is item 6, select board to set a date for the pre-town meeting budget informational meeting.
5:30 on February 19th, right before the regular meeting.
Love it.
Does that work?
Works for me.
Sounds good.
I don't know if we need an action for it or not. I mean, it's just
Just
like,
set it's just
yeah,
setting
it's,
it, yeah.
that's.
So
yeah, I don't-
we'll agree to set that date.
Yeah, 5:30 on the 19th.
So if anybody's interested in that budget review ahead of town meeting, of course, we always look for discussion at town meeting as well, but that's a time to come and get more acquainted with the budget. If you have questions, we'll go through it. Okay, that brings us to the end of our items. Next is select board reports. It's gonna be cold this weekend. Stay warm. New business? Or
I have some new business that came up at the beginning of the meeting. With the current audiovisual problems, We have had some internal conversations about holding the select board meetings at the library in the Parker Ladd room.
To try that,
Yes.
see if we can have better.
Better acoustics, there's more room for
Sure.
people, audience members. It's something that I think the whole board should discuss,
Yeah.
but it might help. The only thing that HCTV would have to be amenable to it, because they gotta cart everything across the road. Or I don't know, but I'm just putting it out there. It's been talked about. We've talked about it internally.
I think it makes sense to wait for the organizational meeting.
Yeah.
Where we select when the meetings are gonna be, I mean, if they're gonna stay at the same time, and that way we have our
Right.
new members and everybody can weigh in at that point.
So I think it would also be worthwhile to, before moving the location of the select board meeting, to do sort of a dry run where we cart the equipment over there,
Yeah.
hook it up like this,
Yeah.
and have somebody sit somewhere else at home and dial in and let multiple people talk at the same time.
Right.
And just test it out and see if it is different.
Yeah.
So, you may as well sell a memorial building. You don't need it. Anyway, I don't think that's, I don't think that's a problem because HCTV has no problem gathering sound,
Yeah.
no problem whatsoever. So, do what you want to do, but I
Well,
think.
when we
that
had
we
the
should
owl,
stay
at
with
the-
it.
we did the owl at the joint meeting with HEP over at the library, and HEP put it on their website, and Jim commented earlier that the audio was great for it. So
Yeah.
that was, we had basically tables like in a square, and everybody sat around the table with that in the middle, and seemed to be good audio.
So that's why I suggest we try to duplicate. I guess I kind of agree with Danny that I don't think it's the location. But I think we should test it.
Yeah.
And I think we can. Schlep all this stuff over there, put a few people in the room, have them all talk amongst themselves and see if somebody on the other end can hear it.
Okay.
I mean, it feels like a lot of people are using the
You're muted.
owl, and it's working really well for them, so I just don't know what the issue is for us then.
So I agree because I pushed to get this set up for the TV with that camera because at CAE, they have that set up and it works really well.
Well, that's what I'm saying, so does the owl. The owl has great reviews from everybody, and
Yeah.
it's not inexpensive, and neither was that setup, and yet neither
Yeah.
of them work, so
Right.
that's the problem.
So it's worth testing it somewhere
Is
else.
anybody else on the Zoom call right now that's experiencing the same technical difficulty?
No, but
It's
I've
been a
on-
consistent problem.
It's been consistent.
Yeah,
I'm on
it's bad.
before, It's the same
It's-
thing, and I have great internet, so.
It's when multiple people talk.
Yeah.
And we've changed
And
the
it's bad.
settings and.
Yeah.
All right, any other new business? Old business?
I'm going to speak to Jan's comment at the beginning of the meeting. I'll try to make it brief. I just want to clarify that I don't believe I was acting in bad faith, that I brought it up. I brought up the equity committee at a previous meeting. I was then invited to an equity meeting, which I attended. I discussed the budgeting. I discussed it with the town office. I discussed the equity committee with every member of the select board. I spoke to a dozen or so taxpayers. I don't think it was operating out of bad faith. Again, there were some other accusations levied at me there, which I'm happy to address. The reality is the budget was not being spent, and we're not going to just budget for no reason. I'm happy to talk about ideological things, as I mentioned, and don't appreciate the kind of the inflammatory nature of that. But and I would challenge that it's the other way around. And I'm happy again to have those conversations. I tried to have those conversations and even invited people to individual ones and was told that was not equitable. So if that isn't equitable, I don't know where to bring it up other than here. So that's my statement on it. Happy to talk to anyone and everyone about it. So that's where I'll leave it.
Thank you. Any other old business? All right. I say adjourn. Thank you.